Assalamu alaikum viewers. Welcome to Siyasat English News. I am Ayman Omar.
Telangana Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao on Wednesday paid tributes to B.R. Ambedkar on the occasion of his 130th birth anniversary, who is revered as the architect of India's constitution. Rao lauded the efforts put in by Babasaheb Ambedkar to make a secular, democratic and republic country. He said it was due to Ambedkar's foresight that Telangana was formed after due constitutional process. The state government is implementing several welfare and developmental schemes and programs for the benefit of oppressed classes taking inspiration from Ambedkar. A special development fund is created through the Scheduled Caste Subplan Act for the benefit of Dalits in proportion to their population. Under the Act, the funds which are not spent in a financial year are transferred to the next year without diverting them to other departments, said KCR on the occasion. In view of the second wave of COVID-19 in Telangana, it has been seen that people are taking extra preventive measures. As the wave is proving to be more dangerous, health experts have advised the public to wear double masks in mass gatherings. According to the health experts, persons with asymptomatic symptoms are present in public places and the use of double masks helps in preventing the infection of COVID-19. Dr. Romel Tico, Director of Internal Medicine at Delhi's Max Hospital, has said a person can wear a surgical mask along with a cloth mask at the same time or can use double cloth mask which helps in the prevention of the coronavirus disease. He added that in case of N95 mask, one does not require to wear double mask. Medical experts were of the opinion that it would be more beneficial if a cloth mask is worn upon a surgical mask. The health experts further added that a single mask is enough at places where there is no mass gatherings. A Hyderabad woman who was allegedly held captive and tortured in Somalia by her husband since 2017 was rescued and the High Commission of India in Kenya helped her travel back to India. The victim has been identified as Rahimonnisa, a resident of Shastripuram Colony, Rajendra Nagar in Hyderabad. She married Somali national Umar Daher Farah on 3rd of April 2008 in Hyderabad. Umar Daher came to pursue his studies in India and stayed back for 9 years in Hyderabad. Later, the couple moved to Somalia in 2017 with their 4 children and gave birth to another son there. The incident dates back to 2017 when Rahimonnisa went to Somalia. He kept her and his 5 children in a remote area in Galdogob district. Later, she got to know Umar had 2 more wives, one from Somalia and another from Maharashtra. Social worker and MBT leader Amjadullah Khan had returned to Ministry of External Affairs S. Jaishankar about the situation. Shah Rukh Khan and Gauri Khan's daughter Suhana Khan is one of those star kids who never misses a chance to stay in headlines owing to her social media. The gorgeous girl who made her Instagram account public last year keeps treating her fans and followers with the glimpses from her daily life. Suhana Khan is currently studying filmmaking in New York and as per various reports, the beautiful star kid will soon be making her Bollywood debut. Suhana went back to New York in January 2021 after spending time at home with family amid the COVID-19 lockdown. On Wednesday, Suhana took to her Instagram stories and shared a stunning glimpse of a cozy corner of her house, offering a breathtaking view of the skyline of New York. In the photo shared by her, we could catch a glimpse of her balcony on a high-rise building, and she perfectly managed to capture the sunset through her balcony in the frame. Sharing the view, Suhana did not caption the photo but added a home, a more caution on it. Suhana often parties with her friends at a swanky New York apartment and shared photos which go viral in no time. One of the biggest gated communities located in city's Madina Goda area is currently a COVID-19 cluster with as many as 150 plus positives reported since March. The gated community My Home Jewel has a total of 2016 apartments in which around 8,000 people reside. In 2020, the gated community was in its full precautionary mode with less than 20 cases reported. As of Monday, there are 112 active cases in the complex with hundreds of families in direct contact. Following this, the association has set up a help desk in society. Nanda Kishore, General Secretary of My Home Jewel Owners Association, as quoted by several media houses, said, "We have asked the residents who tested positive to inform us immediately, and the emergency response team can implement the standard operating procedures. We circulate information through WhatsApp mentioning flat number and block of the infected patients." The association has also taken precautionary measures by putting a poster outside the flat of infected patients to avoid the spread among the residents, delivery boys, or any visitors. The Indian Meteorological Department has forecast light to moderate rainfall over several places in Telangana over the next 5 days. In its 5-day weather forecast issued on Wednesday, IMD has predicted that light to moderate rainfall or thunder showers very likely to occur at a few places over Telangana. The Met Department has also warned of the possibility of thunderstorms with lightning and accompanied by gusty winds with speeds ranging between 30 to 40 kilometers on Wednesday at isolated places across the state. Heavy rains are also predicted for several places. The remaining 4 days are also expected to see light to moderate rainfall in several places across the state. The Supreme Court on Tuesday adjourned by 2 weeks the hearing on a plea of Zakia Jafri, the wife of slain MP Ehsan Jafri, challenging the Special Investigation Team clean chit to then Gujarat Chief Minister Narendra Modi in the 2002 riots. A bench headed by Justice A.M. Khanwilkar said the matter would be listed after 2 weeks as the petitioner had circulated a letter seeking adjournment in the case. The Apex Court had on 16th of March posted the matter for hearing on Tuesday and said that it would not entertain any more requests for adjournment. The bench had last month taken note of the request of senior advocate Kapil Sibal appearing for Jafri that the matter be heard sometime in April, as several advocates were busy in the Maratha reservation case, which was then being heard by a 5-judge constitution bench. Solicitor General Tushar Mehta, appearing for the Gujarat government, had then opposed the plea for adjournment. The top court had in February last year fixed the case for a hearing on 14th of April 2020, saying the matter had been adjourned many times and will have to be heard someday. With the spike in coronavirus cases, people at Delhi's Anand Vihar bus station were seen returning to their native places as they were fearing that the government may announce another lockdown soon like last year. The national capital recorded 13,468 COVID-19 cases on Tuesday, the highest single-day spike so far. Speaking to ANI, Subhash, a passenger who is a migrant worker and going to Hardoi, said, "Lockdown is going to get imposed, so we are going back home. Everyone is saying that lockdown is going to happen, even our neighbors are saying so. I will start doing any work in Hardoi." He further said last year when the lockdown was imposed, he had to go back by walking. "We thought that if it happens again, it would be better to leave early, otherwise the situation will be the same." He added, "Now I am not in a mood of coming back to Delhi again." Another passenger, Chedi Lal, who works as a painter here, said he is going back to his hometown because of assembly elections and as a preemptive measure before any other lockdown. Some alone with the backpacks, while some other with their families, migrant workers were seen leaving for their home at the bus stop. Vice President of the United States of America, Kamala Harris, on Tuesday greeted the Muslims in the country and across the world on the beginning of the holy month of Ramadan. In a video message shared on her Twitter account, she can be seen saying, "I would like to extend our warmest wishes to all those observing the holy month of Ramadan." Praising the Muslims, she said, "Around the world, Muslim families are taking time to help those who need it most and to reflect on the blessing that comes with faith." Speaking about the Ramadan routine, she said, "Gathering held to break the daily fast are filled with love, community and nourishing food. And like last year, this Ramadan is going to feel different with online iftars and virtual worship. But next year, President Joe Biden looks forward to opening the White House once again to celebrate Eid at the mark of the end of the holy month. It may be mentioned that like last year, most of the countries imposed restrictions on gathering during Iftar and Sehri to contain the spread of COVID-19. It is hoped that next year the situation will return to normal, as by that time most of the people might receive the COVID vaccine jab. In India, the Ramzan began today. Although no lockdown exists in almost all parts of the country, COVID-19 restrictions are strictly being implemented to contain the spread of the virus. India captain Virat Kohli's long reign at the top of the ICC rankings for batsmen was on Wednesday brought to an end by his Pakistan counterpart Babar Azam, who became only the fourth from his country to attain the position. The 26-year-old right-hander's player of the match effort of an 82-ball 94 in the last game of the series against South Africa in Centurion helped him gain 13 rating points to reach 865 points. He now leads the Indian captain by 8 points, the ICC said in a statement. Babar, a star of the Under-19 World Cups in 2010 and 2012 and who has been playing ODI since 2015, had started the series against South Africa at 837 rating points but moved up to 858 after a score of 103 in the first match. He dropped to 852 by the time of the last weekly ratings update with a score of 32 in the second ODI. By ending Kohli's 1,258-day supremacy, which adds up to over 3 years, Babar has emulated compatriots Zaheer Abbas, Javed Miandad and Mohammad Yusuf as the number 1 ODI batsman. In Tests, Babar has attained a best of 5th position and is currently ranked 6th while in 2020 internationals. He is 3rd but has been number 1 in the past. Thank you viewers, that's it for today.